What in the?
It always says that. Yeah, it does. Hey, everyone.
We're live?
I think so.
Okay. Let's see.
All right. We'll just give it a couple minutes. See if anyone joins us.
Happy Saturday.
I know. Oh, I can't even do it on here because, it'll just share onto our page.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
hello. If you are on with us, say hi. Kaolee and I are just going to do some sharing. Hi, Wendy. How are you? We just wanted to come on and just chat with you guys. It's been quite some time since I think it was like last year, y'all. Right?
Yes.
It's been a little bit.
Silly videos.
I know, it's been so long. So we've always we try to come on every now and then to just be silly, answer your questions, and just kind of chill with you guys. Because typically when we're on, we're doing a show and we're very serious and we've got questions, we got guests. And so today it's really just us hanging out with you all, answering questions, any questions that you guys may have, just throw it in the comment. And Kaolee and I will try to answer it for you.
Is it blurry? Hopefully it's okay. It looks a
You know,
little bit blurry on my phone. But
Callie's got her kids here. I got my kids here, and they're all about the freaking Wi-Fi.
Yes.
So, if need be, kumali gai they gotta go play outside. It's nice and sunny here in Oregon today, in Portland or in Boring, where I'm at. There's like no clouds in the sky at all, so it's a beautiful day for the kids to be outside.
Yeah, Tony
it's a little
said
blurry.
It's blurry.
Okay, all right, Tony. You message new, Tony. Okay, I will tell new. I hear him already.
He's probably watching now.
Yes.
Yes,
yes.
Wendy, the home decor segment has been really cool, and I'm seeing it, and it's so motivating to
yay!
see Olivia decorating.
I know. So you kind of see a little bit in the back. I try to blur it out because I want to do a huge reveal. A couple of different furniture pieces are still coming in, so I'm so excited. So Kaolee and I are actually sitting on one side of my room today, and the other side is usually where my desk and the TV is at, and that is what I'm going to conquer next. And you guys actually have already helped me pick out the sideboard, one of those ones, those pieces, and I just put in an order yesterday. So thank you to those of you.
Wait, and where's that going?
That is going over here in the TV area. Yeah. So
yeah, her bedroom is like super big, so there's a lot of space. Someone said, "Did you get your girl yet?" What does that mean?
I think
your girl. She's making all the space because that girl's coming. So
but send me good vibes. Hopefully soon.
And tell the kids to get off TikTok. Yang says TikTok is awesome. If you guys are in TikTok, please let us know what your handle is.
Or follow us so we can follow you back.
Yes. Let us know. We would love to. I think it's a different platform that we're learning. And so definitely come follow us or let us know what your handle is so that we can just have fun on there with you guys.
Oh, Tony says congrats, Olivia.
He's trying to have those positive energy so that they can be like he's speaking it into the universe.
Yeah, right. Okay, fine. I guess keep sending it.
Hi, Bingsu. So Dai says da ne ho nyo o ge dao.
Oh, yeah. Kaolee lives like 40 minutes from where I'm at. 30 really if there's no traffic, like 2 a.m. But she usually comes over here, or I go over there, and sometimes we're here today together because we're actually trying to record some content for you guys later. So we just wanted to come on and say hi and then get to work. Plus we have to work on some of our Love Vault stuff and finish off our Love Gram and start brainstorming stuff for our Finding Love. So lots of good stuff coming your guys' way. Yes. Indeed. Tony says we'll celebrate next weekend. LOL. Promise it won't be another episode of Tony and Oregon. Okay.
Wait, what are you guys doing next weekend?
Oh, Tony's gonna be in town.
Oh,
he's coming. Yeah.
Okay, brother, you didn't even tell me that you're gonna be in town. Like, seriously, my youngest brother won't even tell me. Like, that's literally Elaine Tony Yang is my brother's name, so that's why I was. Tony, I can believe you. I'm not coming to your wedding in April. Yes, you're having a wedding in April. I'm not coming. Change my mind. Okay.
But Queen says, I love the Lovegram. Yes, you guys, our Lovegram, we have like almost like 40 Lovegrams we still have to record. Kaolee and I go in every day to record like 2 or 3. But man, you guys are sending them in like crazy. And I think we've just been like enjoying reading all of them, whether it's short or long, whether it's to your mom, your dad, your partner, a friend. We love reading them. So thank you guys so much for sending them in.
Yeah. And thanks for expressing. I think it's hard sometimes to express how you feel to, your loved ones. And so we really appreciate you guys just sending those in and making sure to express, how you feel. You don't really know what tomorrow brings. So I think it's important to, say those things that you really want to say.
Yeah, it's important.
And that idea, we do have to give credit to our website designer, Stacy, who gave us the idea to do that for Valentine's Day.
Yeah, so. It was her idea, and we loved it. When the conversation started, it really reminded me of like back in middle school where they like send you a rose or like a card or a candy.
I never got a love grab, so I have no idea what she's talking about because I'm just like, nope.
I remembered in middle school we did that a lot, like during Valentine's Day. So I was like, oh my gosh, I love the idea. But we loved it. We took it on and we've been loving it so far. So.
Yeah, hopefully you guys love that we are, because at first we thought about maybe just doing a post, but then we're like, it'd be fun to like read it. And so it's been fun for us to just read it. And then the music, my favorite part is picking the music. I just love like thinking about, okay, what song would like fit
it totally it totally sets the tone for that Lovegram too. I typically try to choose like Hmong songs, but
I just choose whatever I feel like is seems to kind of fit it. Tony said, can we get a Lovegram for your fans? Aw, yeah, we should definitely.
We will. That'll be like the last one.
Yes, saving the best for last.
The best for last, absolutely.
Yeah. Should we answer? So we had a couple of questions from the post.
Yeah, let's do it.
So Peachy Her asked, how long have you two known each other and how did you meet? We have answered that in the past, but we can answer it again.
Yeah, I mean, I know we've gotten a lot of new followers too, and so Kaolee and I actually met through Hmong Women Today. If you guys don't know what that is, it's an organization that really just kind of brings Hmong women together to empower them and kind of support each other. And so when the chapter here in Oregon was opening up, the regional director then reached out to the both of us to ask if we can kind of help put that together. And so that's kind of how we met. I think we didn't know each other then, and we just said, hey, let's just have dinner, and then the rest was history.
Yes, here we are now with a show together.
And it's been
like 3 years.
No, they chow.
Oh, really? 4?
Waverly.
4?
How old's Waverly? 5?
5.
So like 3.5. It feels like it's been a while though.
Yes. You're like, they chow. like it's been 8 years.
It feels like it's been a long time. I feel like
it's not a bad thing.
No, it's a good thing. It just feels like it's been a while. But then I remember that our kids are when we met our kids are around the same age.
Yeah.
And so it can't be that long.
This
it's
is
probably
how you know that you're old too. You start thinking about your age in terms of your kids.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, so that was how we met. What made you want to start a talk show, and how did you come up with the name?
So Kaolee actually came up with the name. We started the talk show. I think.
I wish we like remember some of the old.
Oh my god, it's probably so dumb. So
yes.
it's okay. Gucci-san.
Yes, but it would be fun to just be like, what?
Yeah.
Like we could have been like talk show.
Yeah. I think when so the talk show actually came about because we had just met through Hmong Women Today. When I say just, I mean like it's been like a year after, maybe half a year after. I feel like I know. It's been a little bit after we met. And
we had worked on some projects already together, like different projects and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Together.
So before I met Kaolee, I was already doing a lot of like community, putting on like concerts and stuff like that to support our local artists here in the Portland metro area. And then I met Kaolee, and then we did a fundraiser for scholarships and stuff. So we were already doing projects together before.
And we did Hmong classes.
Yep, we did Hmong classes.
I taught Hmong classes.
Okay, but kid you not, it's only little kids, so it doesn't count. Yeah. No, I mean, basis, so it's okay. Yeah. So we had already worked on some projects together, and then of course, like we were hanging out a lot too, and I think we just shared a lot of like vulnerable conversations about our life and how we feel, and I think one day, and like one day I don't know where I was at. I was like driving. I think I was driving somewhere. And I just kind of thought to myself, like, it would be really fun to just like have this, be something that we share with other people. Cause I'm sure that other Hmong brothers and sisters are, experiencing the same thing.
Yeah.
And so I texted Kaolee and our friend Shang. For those of you who are just following us now, Shang was actually a co-host with us at the very beginning for about a good like 6 months or so. And then she had to step back. And so I texted the both of them, and they were both on board, and we started brainstorming, and then COVID hit.
No, and then remember
oh no, there was 4.
Yes. Oh my gosh, there was 4 from from ideation stage to like that. We started with 4.
Yeah. So we started with 4 people.
But that person decided to, get married and stuff.
Like, get married, have kids, just move out of the freaking state. You know who you is.
Yes.
Yeah, but it was we had a really fun brainstorming session, and I think for me, because I'm like such a driver, for those of you who don't know, I'm a project manager and portfolio manager by trade, and I'm really like, I want to get this going like now. Like, give me a date of when we can start. Let's work towards that. And the other girls were like, that's not feasible. And then boom, COVID hit, and we're like, shoot, we really can't be in the studio. We can't. The studio shut down. We can't record. And you know what? We just said, screw it. Let's just go live and see how it goes. And now we're a live show, and we love it.
And I mean, we've gone into studio and try to do a show. Oh my goodness!
Oh my god!
I suck. I'm like the most horrible like pre-recorded person. I just, for the life of me, cannot talk, cannot remember anything, cannot do anything.
It's not just you. We were all like that. Okay, so funny story. When we were in studio, because usually when we go on live, I'm always like, hi, welcome, share, all this crazy stuff. So anyway, we identified like each of the parts of what we're supposed to own, and Kaolee does the ending. But at the very beginning of time when we started this, Kaolee and Shang was like, it's so easy. You just have to say welcome. But again, we were recording. And I stuttered, and it was so hard because it was so unnatural for me,
And it's hard to see, like, because you're just, I mean, I love.
We're not talking to you. We're just talking to a camera.
There's no interaction.
And I guess you never. What are you to actor, Helena?
No.
Yeah, right. And so, we would just be talking to the camera while it's recording, and it just seems so unnatural and unfit for us. And I struggled a lot, and they're always like, "It's so easy," and I'm like, "Okay, fine, then you do the introduction on all close."
I did it. I was like, "This is wait, who is this again?" Like, I just horrible.
It's like, "Hi, welcome." Whoa.
I know. It was horrible.
Yeah, so we just decided that it's best if we just did live, right? Because then at least we're live with you guys, we're engaging, we see your comments, we can pull your comments and or questions and answer them. If we really wanted you to come on screen with us, we can do that too.
Yeah, and it feels very natural just to feel like we're actually talking to someone versus just like a blank screen and just, you know, trying to like incite, you know, like excitement or, you know, emotion. It's hard to do that just looking at a camera.
Yeah. So anyways, that you guys almost didn't have us live. It would just be a updated, pre-recorded video. So I'm really glad that COVID, you know, happened when it did, and it really made us move things a lot quicker, and we had to like really pivot our you know, our plans and things like that. So it worked out for the better.
Yes. All right. So the third question that we got is from Zach. So he says, let's talk about the viral video at Coors Lounge, Hmong women beating up a Hmong man. Should he fight back? So if you don't know, there was a video that has been circulating of a gentleman and his lady, you know, smacking him around. And so I think that's in Hmong tea and probably has been shared all over the place. But that has been we have had an episode on like murder suicides, but I don't think we had one on domestic violence. I don't think we've had one on domestic violence.
No, we have not.
But let us know what you guys, if you have seen that video, please comment and let us know what you all think about it. So what do you think, Olivia?
It's so hard, you know, because we're not in their situation. And I don't know what happened. I don't know them personally, so it's hard for me to like assume, but just based on what I see, I can only say that just based off of what I see, I don't think that hitting is ever like the answer to anything. Like sometimes, like, you know, like Tina, but I don't know. Like I don't know what happened. I don't know what got her so angry to where she is able to do that. So I don't know. I can't really say, right? Because I can't say that if I was in her shoe, I wouldn't hit my husband. But yeah, tell you about it again. I don't know what it was.
Especially if you're intoxicated too. Yeah. I think it's like you have to recognize like what triggers you when you get intoxicated and you're like a violent drunk. Like maybe don't drink, honestly.
Yeah.
Like I feel like because you know, if you have certain feelings already, you probably should not do that. But yeah, I totally think that
it's hard.
And then it being recorded and distributed too, you know, I mean, I guess a part of me feels like it's good that this is out there, right? Because we do have to recognize that, you know, it's not always men hitting women. Sometimes women hit men too.
Absolutely.
And it's still, to me, it's still domestic violence, whether it's a man or woman. I don't think there's a need to call him, you know, like anything or to look down on him just because he chooses not to hit her back.
Yeah, and I applaud him for not hitting her back. But you know, I am a true believer that it's human nature to react and protect yourself regardless of whether you're a man or woman. So just know that don't get pissed off or don't like be surprised if they hit you back. And I think for him, I think for any man, when they are being hit, the ability to stay calm and not fight, I applaud him because those look like they were some good like
I
right
feel like,
hooks.
Yeah, like I feel like anytime like there's violence in a relationship, there's just so much loss of respect, you know, and you know, I mean, I again we don't know the situation and what was said and like, you know, but there's just there's never any good reason to hit another person, you know? And especially in a public space like that too, right? It was like outside of Coors Lounge, where people can see. And I just feel like there's just some things that you don't do that so publicly. But anytime there's violence, it's just really sad because it's hard to like come back from that, you know, like when somebody disrespects you, not to like
in public too.
And so it's just really sad.
Again, I don't know what happened and why something triggered her to that point. Obviously, you know, right? And I won't say that it's right or wrong personally, just because I don't know what she was going through and I don't know what he was going through, so it's hard to kind of put that judgment out there. But I think overall, just all I have to say is when you hit someone, regardless if you're a man or woman, just don't be surprised if they hit you back, because I think it is a natural reaction of humans to want to fight back when you are being targeted, you know?
And if you're, if you're being like abused, whether you're a man or woman, like physical abuse, I think you do have to kind of take a hard look at the relationship and think like, is this something, like to me, it's just like, then they can do it a second time, and I know that like it's easier said than done, like because you don't know what like if people are married or they have kids or have all financial needs and have to stay together, but I just feel like you do have to take you have to take a hard look at that relationship, and if it's happened in the past and people say they're going to change, and I mean this conversation just kind of brings up like domestic abuse and everything that has happened with other relationships, that
even like the murder suicide stuff, when is enough, like when do you call it quits in a relationship, right? It's funny because God, where was I think New and I was driving and I was telling him like like you should never, like we have never hit each other, and I just feel like in that way. That's just how I feel. So I mean, everybody has different opinions, but I feel like for me, like if you love someone, unless like but other than that, I feel like you should never hit somebody to the point where like I don't know, they get bruised up or go to hospital, or you know what I mean? So
I just feel like it's like as like a mother, I just can't imagine like if that was my son getting hit or my daughter getting hit, right? And so I think it's just like the fact of like knowing that like like you should not do things like that you can't do in front of people, and if that happened, if they did that to you too, how would that make you feel? Liana, I think I have seen it. I felt so bad for him. I don't know, but I just felt like she shouldn't have hit him. I'm glad that he was calm enough to let her do her thing. If it was someone else, she might have gotten hit back, so I'm glad he didn't hit her. There is just no justification for hitting anyone. Agree. Completely agree. There's no reason to that's just really,
and I think for anybody else who's like calling, I mean, I don't know, I haven't really read the comments of any other social media platforms where this video is circulating, but I think for anybody who is calling him any type of name, like he's not a man, or for not hitting her back or whatever, shame on you too. Like I think it takes a lot for someone to not hit their women back.
And I know he has posted something about like violence and like for him growing up, and so like I believe, if I'm not mistaken, he had talked about his dad being violent towards his mother and him. And so I think that is probably what held him back from, because I think, unfortunately, I think that if it was any other man, they might have hit her back,
Yes.
But I think that his awareness of like maybe
Domestic
some of the
violence
stuff that has happened, and him
impacts
watching something growing up, helped him just remind him that that's not something that he wants to do, which I totally just appreciate. Like when you can like stop
reflect,
generational trauma and like be able to know that like my father did that, or whoever in my life did that, and I don't want to do that in my relationship. I applaud him for being able to do that, because I think a lot of people don't know, right? Like they've seen it in their past, and then when it happens to them, they're triggered and they do the same thing that they always kind of hated. So I really respect him for being able to do that. Let's see. There are always other ways to resolve a disagreement. It doesn't always have to be through balance. Agree. And like, I think sometimes the best thing is walking away too, right? Like recognizing that, hey, like we are very in the moment right now. We need to walk away and resolve this and talk about it when we're not intoxicated.
And I think that's like what I appreciate a lot about my husband, is that sometimes like we don't argue a lot, but when we do, I'm not gonna lie, sometimes I get a little heated. And what I appreciate is that like he knows that, so he does walk away, and I appreciate that he does that, because then it allows me space to kind of just reflect on why I'm so freaking angry, you know?
Yeah, so that you don't say stuff that you don't
Yeah,
need to, because
yeah.
it's like that, like physical abuse is hard and emotional abuse is hard, and like saying things that you don't mean to, you know, because sometimes you get really, really mad at people and you just want to say all the things that hurt.
Yeah.
But those words stay with people. And
Always.
so I think it's important to also know that, hey, like we don't have to deal with this right now, even though we want to.
Yeah, exactly. Someone earlier had a question up top about if we can give them some sort of
for the, was it the love, finding love, that one?
Yeah.
May we get a little inside scoop on what the next finding love will be like? Is it a male lead this time?
So we're not quite ready to disclose all that information, to be honest with you.
Yeah, we're still working on
There's
the love
so
vault.
much, yeah.
And so, you know, I mean, first of all, we have the love gram we got to get through, and then we got the love vaults that we are working through, and so finding love is definitely like in the back of our minds, but we are still working through that.
Yeah. So after February, we are done with the love grams. And then we're gonna really start. Right now we're starting to work on the love vault too, and so once the love grams sunsets off, and we're gonna pick up on the love vault a little bit more, and then we will start brainstorming for finding love.
It's like love. Clearly, we definitely do want to spread love and
everywhere. Yes.
So, but it's like, so if you guys get confused, it's okay.
But know that we are probably going to start doing some sort of fundraising of some kind to fund finding love. I know that we worked really hard last year with sponsors, but just wasn't enough money.
Yeah.
You know, I think even with it being like virtual and then having like the last 4 or the last 3 being in person, and then the finale being in a destination location and stuff, it just wasn't enough money to cover all costs. Kaolee and I had to put in a lot of money for that to happen, and so and we didn't mind doing that at all. I think, you know, we love bringing different types of things to our community and making it fun, but I think just to be a little bit more prepared, we definitely got some lessons learned from the last finding love, and we really want to make sure that we are really prepared this time, and we are brainstorming some different ideas on how we want to move forward, of whether it be virtual or in person or what that all looks like. So just know that we are brainstorming. It may be a little different than the first one. We want it to be different from the first one. So, you know, there's lots of things brewing. Yeah. So if you have ideas on how you think we should do it, by all means, like DM us, let us know. We're always, you know, looking for feedback and stuff too. So
yeah, and if you want to support us, you can always donate on our website. You can
become a supporter.
Yep. And so on Facebook, you can be a supporter. It's $4.99 a month. So like, you know, less than a coffee at Starbucks. And then what else can they do? So be a subscriber.
Subscriber, donation. That's pretty much it. That's all the avenues we have for, you know, being able to support us. Yeah. Someone asked.
Somebody did say a while ago, let's talk about Bulgasol.
Oh, yeah.
So let's talk Bulgasol. Oh my goodness. Okay. You know,
so I'm not caught up. I think I'm only like on episode 10.
Okay. So I think
how many episodes?
12, but then I believe tomorrow, right? I think tomorrow is the last 2. Okay, so that's one of the things. I didn't realize that they release 2 episodes every single time, which is so crazy. Yes, because I kept feeling like I was behind. Okay. And then last weekend when I was like watching, I was like, oh wait, there's like 2 available episodes. At least correct me if I'm wrong, but that's what I was last week when I was watching. I saw that there was 2, and so
Jackson, can you close the door?
And so, but I feel like it's really, I don't know if you guys think this, but I feel like after this, there shouldn't be any more seasons. I feel like it's just they would be
Dragging.
dragging it on. Like I feel like it's a good time to close it and just kind of have one season. But let us know what you think, because I just I mean it. I think my favorite episode was like probably 2. I think it was.
I don't know.
episode 2.
I didn't think it was that good, you guys, honestly.
I liked it until probably like I don't know, like maybe episode 4, and then it kept, like dragging, and I think I liked like the when they would introduce monsters in there, and then you kind of learn about the past and things like that. But then when it kind of drags on like certain things, it was just kind of like like and so I feel like it's 2 episodes every week. Okay. All right. Good. Yeah. That's what because I remember when I was watching it, and like I felt like I was behind every single time the new episodes came out. So I'm glad that other people also realized that they released 2 episodes in 1 week. Yeah. Okay. Isn't that kind of odd, y'all? Like that is really a strange thing to do. I feel like I've never seen that where they released 2 episodes. Lily, we are talking about Bogasol, the Korean drama. But the music, I love the music and that drama. So.
I don't know. I'm just not into. I'm not like really loving it.
But... Do you think the bad guy is hotter than the good guy? Or...
I don't find Korean men very attractive. They're too girly for me.
No, but
I like a man.
Well, I feel like the good guy is not too.
Oh my god! So I have to tell you. So my son Paxton, my youngest, we're watching. So we just finished binge watching All of Us Are Dead, the new zombie movie.
Oh, wait, you guys finished it already?
Yeah, we finished it already. And my son started walking around saying, "Oppa!"
So funny.
So anyway, I'm more into the zombie movies. I didn't really find.
Is it pretty good? I heard episode 2 was kind of slow, or the first 2 episodes were kind of slow.
Yeah, because they're kind of building it up, but dang, those freaking zombies are fast.
Oh, really? Yeah. Okay, wait. Okay. So I am curious what you guys think. If you guys think that the guy in Bogasol, if the good guy is better looking than the bad guy. I feel like the good guy is actually better looking than the bad guy. Somebody said that the bad guy was cuter, but I was like,
do you think that the main character looks kind of like Mr. Joe from Our Finding Love?
What? Mm-hmm. Really? Did somebody say that, or
somebody
you
did?
Just...
Somebody did say that. And one of the posts that we made, and then New and I was watching it. And New was like, "Oh, he does kind of look like Joe." I was like, "Yeah, he does."
I don't think I have looked at that character and thought like this looks like Joe. But
yeah, he looks like Joe.
Yeah,
he looks like Joe. I think he looks like Joe.
Yeah,
but anyway,
just because they're Korean.
No, like their face structure.
Yeah. But I definitely want to watch. Or maybe I'll try to watch the All of Us Are Dead.
Yeah.
And see if I like
Gosh,
it.
Is
it scary?
It's a zombie movie.
Well, zombies aren't as scary as
like zombies aren't real.
I know, that's how I feel. Like I can watch zombies, but if it's then I can't.
Like an exorcism or something.
Yeah, I can't because that's
but in Bogasol they did do that. I thought wasn't there like an episode where like it was like exorcism? Which one was I watching?
Was that?
I don't remember.
See, I'm not as with Bogasol. I guess it didn't really scare me that much. But like spirits and stuff like that, I'm scared of. Zombies.
I just started loving the zombie movies. This whole summer I binged all zombie movies like Z Nation.
Mm-hmm. Z Nation, is that Korean?
No, Yumika. And like what's that? Black Summer. I binged all of that this past summer. It was awesome. I loved it. So when All of Us Is Dead came on, I was like, oh, it's perfect weekend to binge. So we did binge it.
Is it just one season? Are they gonna come up with?
No, I think it should just stick. Well, there could potentially be 2 seasons because there was something that was left unknown, so there could potentially be
How many episodes are there?
I don't know, like 11, 12, something like that.
Okay. That's not too bad then.
11 hours of your day. 12 hours of your day.
When you put it like that seems like so much.
Well, I just watched like 2 episodes every night, right? So so we were able to finish it the other day.
Okay, there was a question here. Is modern marriage the better marriage today than traditional marriage in your opinion? What does modern
that even
marriage
mean?
Yeah, maybe you can define for us what modern marriage means,
or what
and
do you
what
think?
traditional marriage means. Because
Yeah.
are you saying like open relationship? Are you saying
like
yeah,
exactly.
yeah,
I think in that sense, no.
yeah.
But
So
you let
if
us know what you mean by that.
Yeah, if you define that a little bit more. I mean, I think that yeah.
God, there's so many topics on our things that we want to talk about with you guys. You guys.
You guys.
like we are gonna do an episode on Nihani Yao. I think that's
Mhm.
gonna be really fun to talk about because Kaolee and I are both our families have Nihani Yao, and
Mhm.
so but we our family dynamics are so different.
Yeah.
And I have relatives who also have Nihani Yao, and their family dynamics are also really different. And so I'm just kind of excited and curious to kind of see how it differs and why it differs and things like that. So it should be interesting.
Because I think the way the structure worked when it was, like our generation or whatever is a little bit different than how it is now. Because I feel like, I mean, okay, maybe this isn't true, but I feel like now it's just like more like ma'a. That's how I see Nihlong Yao is usually like the men like ma'a, I don't necessarily see like, a guy marrying like, wives that are around the same age, if that makes sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I like with my dad, like they were married in Thailand, right? And like my mom and my mom, my stepmom are similar in age. Versus now where I feel like the dudes marry.
Oh, that's
super
true.
young,
I never seen it that. Yeah, where it's like they just want someone younger.
Yeah.
Not necessarily like with the ability to help you make your life better or to help you with things in your life, but more so just someone to be your like your
curious what word you're gonna say. Like, are you really gonna say this?
But you guys know what I'm talking about, right? It's just it's like they have this like sexual craving for younger women, and they think, I mean, this is going completely off. But I feel like with the older generation, and I'm only saying this because okay, like they have never done like anything other than your missionary position. And so now that people are they're starting to experience the older people. And so I think that's what they kind of crave for. Like got
Gotcha. Yeah, I mean I definitely feel like when like and with our parents, like like if they were married in Thailand and Laos and stuff, it was like to grow their family and their wealth and like help them when their other wife is pregnant and going through babies and all that stuff.
It's literally a helping hand. I think that too.
Whereas like now I definitely agree with Olivia that it's there are other needs that are trying to be met, versus a need as like to buy and make sure your family's okay. All right, so James said traditional marriages locked the spouses into their predefined roles without any opportunity to allow for individual choice. Married women were expected to fulfill their role as homemaker and had to stifle any career ambitions or frustrations they might have had. Modern marriages allow for individual preferences. The spouses are considered equal partners, and the women have their share of power and control in decision making for the family. So I think that the way that, of course, the way that you word this makes the modern marriage sound
so much better.
So much better.
Yeah.
But I think it depends on those two people. I think it depends on, because some women want to stay at home, right? Some women don't want to work. They want to like serve their husband, and if that works for them, I feel like that's totally fine. Like as long as it works for two people, right? That raise the kids and do stuff around the house, whereas the man is working outside the home. And then if that doesn't work, then I think the modern marriage is okay too, if both people are going to be okay with that. So I to me it's just, it kind of depends on what people are looking for.
I definitely think that the modern marriage is in my opinion, way better, because I think our parents came from a really different time, and we are in a very different time. And I think, based on your description that you have there about modern marriage, where the husband and wife are sharing responsibilities, and with like childcare and stuff, I am a total believer in that. Like, I don't think that a woman should just be responsible for cleaning the house. Like, I work too and I'm tired. When I get home, I don't want to spend my day cooking dinner and cleaning the house. And so I do think that. And honestly, I don't know if that is really like, because I have seen ikyotsining where they do help their wives, like even like the older generation before us, like gumampia, like gudala generation now, like I do see them like helping each other. So I don't know if that really is kind of
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, I mean, I definitely think it's I remember seeing a video from I think it's my Paul, and she was talking about, like how, if a man expects a woman to like look good and to still earn money and to still, be able to cook and stuff, like it is unreasonable, I think, to
Yeah,
have those expectations of your wife if
for sure.
she's working late and then, she's coming home and then, if you get home earlier, you can't expect, I think that now, everything is costly, and like if both
Mhm.
people are working, then you have to like help each other and you have to like be able to give each other breaks
Yeah.
and stuff, But I mean,
Mhm.
if the man stays at home or if the woman stays at home, then you do have to look at how that alters your relationship and be okay
Yeah.
with it too. Because there are men that, like stay at home and they are very good at raising their kids and they love cooking and they love taking their kids to
Yeah.
the
I
playground
think
and
it's
all
just
that stuff.
whatever. I think it's just whatever works for the
Yeah.
partner in itself,
Yeah.
right? Like, I can only speak on my preference and what I like. It may be very different from other people's, and that's totally okay. It works for you and your family. I think that's all that matters.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I think recognizing that, like, whether you work outside the home or not, like, that it doesn't really matter, right? It's not like one job is more important than the other. Like, so if you're the one that's making money and you can't think that your job's more important than raising the kids, right? Because your kids are
Yes.
actually really important. And
Mhm.
so it's recognizing that, and it doesn't matter one person makes more money than the other. There just has to be like mutual respect.
Yeah.
Because I think if you base, who was like more important or who can relax
Based on
more,
income.
yeah, then I think that's very unreasonable because it's
Yeah.
still a partnership at the end of the day.
Yeah, and I think I do know some people where like like and sometimes I hear stuff and I'm just like, why the would you say that? Like, your wife is at home watching the kids. And I don't know, ikyo like it's a power thing. And some it really is genuinely like, I want you to stay home, take care of our kids because we just can't afford a babysitter, or it costs too much, it equals about to be the same. So there's no point of you working. Ikyo like is perfectly fine. And they are respectful of each other. But I have seen a few where they use the fact that they work to control the outcome of a lot of different things,
Yeah.
right? Like, you don't work, this is my money.
Yeah.
But it's like, it's not really just your money. Like,
Yeah.
it's a respect
Yeah.
thing,
And
So,
staying home is no joke. I've
oh
stayed
my
home
gosh, I cannot be a
before.
stay-at-home mom.
I stayed home for like I don't know. I think it was like 6 months, and it drove me crazy. And that's when I recognized I'm better. Like I'm a better mom working, and I enjoy working.
Yeah.
And kids are hard. Kids
Yeah.
are difficult to like stay because you have to do things with them like all the
Every freaking
time.
minute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like play dates and taking them to do things and activities. It's
Yep.
really tiring.
Yeah, I give stay-at-home moms so much props. I think it takes a very special person to be able to do that, to like take care of your kids,
Yeah.
your home,
Yeah.
everything. It takes someone very special to do that. And I can say that I cannot do that. Like, I have been working from home, and I kid you not, every day my son's like, "Mom, tell your boss that you cannot be in any more meetings today." Because he wants me to help him record TikTok videos all freaking day,
Oh my gosh, I have to talk. Okay. So the other day, Mason was like telling Waverly, he was like, Waverly, I want you to be a famous TikToker. They make like lots and lots of money every day, you know? And then Waverly was like, well, I want you to be a famous soccer player, because apparently Mason wants to be a soccer player. And then Mason was like, well, I might make some TikTok videos too. So
Some crazy ass conversations.
I know, seriously, but I'm just like, it kind of stunned me, because, you know, it's just like now the kids grow up and they do want to be like,
they just want to, it's, I mean, being an influencer is a thing now, right? Or like a YouTuber, it's a thing now. Like all my kids just want to be YouTubers. And honestly, if it makes a lot of money, they can be whatever they want. I don't really care. As long as they can take care of themselves when I'm gone. That's all I care about, right? So just making sure that they're prepped for that.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It sure is. So what do you guys think about, have y'all seen like Rihanna pregnant and all the jokes about Drake and what else?
I don't know.
Drake, and I felt like
I don't even know who she's with.
I
don't follow that stuff a lot, you guys, so I'm not sure.
It's
some rapper.
Is it ASAP Rocky or something like that?
I don't know who that is.
But yeah, so she is pregnant, and they're just apparently Rihanna used to be with Drake, and then some other people as well, and now you know, they're just making a lot of memes about them like being all sad that, you know, she's pregnant. But Rihanna is like, I mean, she has built a lot of businesses, very successful, so I'm really happy to see her just happy.
Yeah,
you know?
Me too. Yeah. I remembered when she first came out, I was still like in my freshman year of college, like 19. I remember she came to Portland and she was really rude. A lot of people did not, a lot of people didn't really like her because she wasn't very humble to her fans. But I think that's changed a lot over the years, right? Because I think
maturity too.
Yeah, I think when you're first like up and coming,
you blow up like she did, right? Because she just blew up.
When you're like up and coming, I think, and like not having a good like a manager, like a team to help with your image and the way you deal with stress and people too, it definitely shows when you have a good team on your side. So.
Yeah, because I just saw this this video about how her and Halsey, like how they fans. Did you see that, right? And she's like, yes, of course I recognize you. So that was really cool just to see how like involved they are with their fans. I mean, they meet like gazillion people, and you know,
you kind of have to be special for them to remember that, right? Oh my gosh, you guys. Okay, so I want to share with you guys something. Kaolee and I are thinking about doing something kind of funny and crazy.
Wait, what is that? Which one? Which idea is this? We have lots of ideas. Which idea is this?
We're gonna have Bob help us, remember?
Oh.
You guys are gonna need to start booking us for something like that. That's all I got to say.
We've been practicing our voices, and we might not sound like much when we're talking, but if you have been privileged enough to have seen us on drunk nights
out in public somewhere,
you might be blown away. So be prepared.
Mayor's so Kaolee, because at Fresno she was trying to pull me on stage with her, and I was just not.
Well, I needed somebody to help blend.
I was not. I was like 6 shots short. I just couldn't do it.
It doesn't take much for me to get on.
I know,
singing.
But our friend Bob said he would help us with bundle production. So you know, we'll see how that
prepared. Goes. Let's just say there might be a music video involved. That's all.
I hope not.
Well, you know what? Actually, one of my dreams right now is to direct a music video. So I'm gonna put that into the universe. Yes. So I really would like to get into that kind of stuff. I think that'd be a lot of fun. But yes, we are just trying new things. I feel like even with TikTok, even with the show, like I think just like recognizing that, you know, we have a lot of interests and we want to do a lot of different things, and it's just like,
and even if we suck at it, honestly, like it's getting us out of our comfort zone, right? Like like being on camera with you guys, like that was not even something that we even considered. And then we tried not being in front of the camera and just record, like being in front of the live audience and being recorded. It was even worse than being on live. And so I think just like trying different things, right? Like we're excited for that.
And different projects, like just stuff that we're both like, maybe we can do that. And
we just
do it together.
I mean, honestly, like when I did did a first concert here, in Portland, I had no idea what I was doing, honestly. And then, like all the things that I needed to get, like the headsets and stuff, so I can communicate with like my security and the stage coordinator and the person with the music. I had to learn as I go, right? And learning how to facilitate and coordinate all of that stuff. But I love doing it. I love seeing like people here in Portland. It's small. Our Hmong community here is not very big, and for some of these younger artists and folks to like fly to Fresno or fly to Minnesota to just like sing or to even get like recognized, right? It's just so much harder. And I think like doing that for them and exposing them to like other Hmong art, like famous Hmong artists, right? And just giving them this tiny bit of hope brings a lot of joy to me. And then to like doing fundraising, like even putting that scholarship together for people, right? Like we had no idea what we were doing, but we know we wanted to do it because we both think education is really important. And coming from a family where I'm the only person in my family who has some sort of education, we want to provide an opportunity for other people too. And so like throwing a concert to fundraise, right? Like using skills that we've already learned to fundraise some scholarship money for people to help them with their education and schooling. That was a lot of fun too.
Yeah. And if you don't try, like you don't know, right? So like through all the stuff that you've done, like you've learned a lot of things that you can then translate to other projects that you work on.
Right.
And so it's like if you have an idea, you do it, and you, as she says, you learn as you go. And there's not really like people can tell you what to do and give you tips and stuff like that, but until you like do it,
you don't
know.
Yep.
Yeah. And so
so we're gonna try something new out.
Yes.
And we hope that we're gonna hopefully might spend equal time to but we're gonna have to work with our friend there and see what we can put together. But it sounds like a fun project, honestly.
Yeah.
Whether it's going to be good or not, it's very questionable. Hopefully,
please continue to support us. Don't follow us after we complete this project.
If anything, laugh with us, okay?
Yes.
Not at us, but laugh with us.
Yes. We like to use ourselves as just a model for you guys to pursue whatever it is that you dream of and want to do.
Exactly. And honestly, anything you guys want to see us do, let us know too. We're always really like down to try whatever, do whatever.
Yeah.
It'll be really fun.
Yeah. So is it Mufu has a question. What do you both do professionally besides this?
So professionally, I work for the Workers' Compensation Division for the state of Oregon. I am a portfolio manager for them. So I laugh because
is it cheese pot? Or no?
You'll have my support always. Thank you. What?
Wait, why were you laughing?
Oh, I was laughing because, I always think about like people ask me what I do, and I said, I'm a portfolio manager. And they say, well, what is that? I manage portfolios projects, right? So pretty much I just kind of oversee project managers and make sure that the work that the Workers' Compensation Division is doing is actually moving and that we're getting stuff done to kind of, make sure that it's smooth and our processes are good. Our initiatives and our strategies are, actually aligned with the state's mission and things like that. So it's boring stuff, but this is kind of where, all that talk comes in, and it allows us to be creative and do some fun, silly things and things like that. So
yeah, and mine is even boringer. So I'm the CFO for a nonprofit. So I work a lot with numbers and spreadsheets and stuff like that. And so, and I love the organization that I work for. We have a lot of great social programs that really gives like my work more purpose than just like pushing numbers around. And so, I again love the organization I'm with, love my team, love what I do on a daily basis, and then just being part of the show and all the other projects that I work on outside of work like makes it even more like fulfilling, just makes like the 9 to 5 is I really enjoy, and then like the 5 to midnight really enjoy as well. And so it's just like trying to add things into your life that like makes your life even better.
And purpose. Yep.
Yeah,
exactly.
But it would be fun to like be able to put more time to the show, and the topics that we do on the show. Those are topics that we really feel passionate about and want to make sure people are talking about. And so I know that sometimes we wish we had a little bit more time to be able to focus on it, and to just think of how do we even make the show bigger and better than it is now.
Yeah, for sure. And I was just thinking too, like another way you guys can support us besides donation and becoming a supporter is just sharing our content. Honestly, that makes a huge difference, right? Like extending our reach is always so useful too. I think one of our videos is like at 100 and almost 140,000 views. Oh my goodness, that's so crazy. Like we were just thinking maybe like 10,000, we were happy, and it's like over 100 and 30 some thousand, almost 140. So thank you, right? Like I think just sharing our content makes it or liking it, or sharing into a group or something like that, like makes a huge difference for us too, and that helps us tremendously with our reach. So that's
I remember when we did the high lows video.
Oh
that got us what, like maybe 40,000 views, and we were so excited.
Yeah.
Like I feel like we've
come a long way.
Yeah, if you create content, you get really excited to see like the number of views, right? And I think that first video, gosh, that was like, we did that on TikTok, y'all. Like editing that and learning that, and what a silly video. That was such a fun video.
I know.
I definitely want to do like,
and it was still so awkward for us to record ourselves. Like, kid you not, this was like, because Shang was still a part of the show when this happened. So this must have been like maybe 3 months into our show, where we only had like 2,000 followers, and it was so awkward for us to still like be in front of the camera and it records us like pretending to be drunk and stuff, and like, if you guys ever go back to that video that we shared almost 2 years ago, I had to like chug a beer, and I don't even drink beer, and they already took all the wine, so I was left with the freaking beer, and I was like, this is a one shot deal, like I will not do a retake of this. And then of course I screwed up and I had to retake it, so I had to chug some more.
And that was like the transition, y'all. Like I think we learned a lot about transitions, because that one was like where you had to like you drink and then you pass it on, and golly, like
sliding the stupid thing was so hard,
getting people to like just because we had like 10 people in all like doing the video, and so then we had to be like, okay, you have to pick it up from here and drink it and then put it to the like this side or that side. And so that was our kind of first time like getting into TikTok and like recording transitions and stuff. But
we've learned so much, you guys. And I think like I have become a producer of all sorts.
You're an executive producer.
I have learned how to use what do you call it? GarageBand for like music. I've learned how to use iMovie and Final Cut Pro and like all these like photo editing apps, crazy stuff. I mean, TikTok is just so awesome. They teach you so much, and YouTube too. And that's kind of how I've learned. I had a meeting with one of my old directors a couple weeks ago, and he was telling me about their consulting business and how they were talking about starting a TikTok, and he's just so confused about how to use it. And I was telling him that you just got to do it. You learn so much as you go. And I mean, I'm sure we've shared this with all of you before, but we look at our data all the time, right? Of like people who watch our show, where in the country are you from, like your age, just so then we can better tailor our content and timing of our show too, really based on your needs and how, when you tune in to listen to us talk. And so I think just being able to utilize all of these like analytics that the platforms provide us is so awesome. Like technology has just grown so much, and you just kind of have to learn as you go. Like if you're going to wait until you're, extremely an expert at something is never going to happen.
You're gonna wait
Yeah.
forever. And it's fun to just try different things too. I mean, I definitely feel like, like with TikTok, it's so super, super quick, and I get really nervous about doing videos and transitions and stuff like
I
that,
love the transition videos.
You're really good at
so
it.
fun.
I get really it's very intimidating for me, and so I'm trying to be a little bit more brave.
So what intimidates you about it?
And the whole app. I just look at it and I'm just like,
so
let me see. Let me go read a book.
So honestly, I don't use the app to record my stuff, right? Like I use my own phone to record it, and then I have a editing tool that I use, and then I put it together, and then I put it into TikTok or Instagram. I just feel like if you record it within it, that's what they want, and you will probably get more views that way. But it's like we don't use it often, so we don't know how to do it. We just upload our stuff to it. So I can see how it could be a little intimidating.
Yeah,
for sure.
And the content on TikTok too is
it's crazy.
Yes, like the types of because so Mason was the other day, he asked me and he was just like, Mom, like there was this guy that did this backflip and he had like millions of views, and other people do backflips and they don't get as much views. So we did have to talk about that, because I wanted him to understand also that like social media, sometimes things get views that aren't necessarily good, and so I think recognizing that too, right? And like recognizing that you like your value is not
based on that,
on likes and reacts and stuff. And so I wanted just to make sure that he recognizes that like sometimes the things that the world praises is if it's not good for you, if it's not true to you and who you are, then don't do it. And I didn't want him to feel like, just because somebody has millions of views that they are people that you should follow. But I just wanted to like be clear with him about that. Yeah.
So I must say, my son, my little guy. So my niece, who was just here earlier, was telling me yesterday that one of my nephew, he recorded a video of my little guy, and it had over 1 million views with over 200,000 likes on TikTok.
Dang!
And you know what the freaking video was?
What?
Oh,
really? That's crazy.
It was just him laying there sleeping, and then they like zoomed in on his iPad, and then they zoomed out of his iPad, and then it went back to him sleeping, and that was it. Yeah. It had over 1 million views. And I'm just like, what in the world? Right. That's so crazy. Right. So honestly, I guess content is content. I don't know.
Just and on mine, Mason was like, Mom, you have 5 likes. And I was like, yes, honey, I do. And he was so excited. I was like, oh my God, it's embarrassing.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know I would not know how I would react if we had like a million views on something.
Yeah.
Huh?
So
okay,
crazy.
why don't you go sleep and I'm gonna take it and Zoom. Let's see what happens.
But
it is crazy the type of stuff that is on there. So I think recognizing that too, it's just like your brand and what you want to stand for.
Yeah, it's just so crazy. Like when I am like on TikTok or even like on Instagram Reels, and I'm like scrolling, and I'm just like, there are real. I mean, I guess when you say real, like there are like content where it's like, dang, you can tell they spend a lot of time and energy. And then there are other content where, like, when I speak of my son, we're like, right? Yeah. And it's almost kind of like, God, I can't believe this showed up on my freaking feed.
Right.
You gave them one more
and
view.
Everybody, like, is looking at it. Yeah.
So, anyway, I hope that when we do show up on your TikTok video or reel, like, don't scroll, at least heart it or something. Let us know you saw us.
Yes. We need the validation. Yeah. Forget what I said about seeking validation, but we also need the validation. So just kidding. All right, so move it up.
We do it for fun. Yes. We really enjoy doing it. Yes. We enjoy being silly and like spending days like this where it's nice outside and our kids can be together and like Kayla, my husband's out there.
Yes.
My in-laws are home too, so it's okay.
Okay.
We enjoy doing it.
Mufu asks, are you both recognized by Hmong and individuals outside of the Hmong community due to the various topics you have covered?
I don't know. Yeah. I mean, I feel like
We still have a pretty small following.
Yeah.
We have like over 11,000
Almost
followers.
11,600
yeah.
and something. Again, we
I
look
lost
at
count.
we look at our data. We take it very seriously because we do really love doing what we do here for
and we
you
want to
guys.
grow.
Yeah, and we do really want to grow. We want to potentially like, expand beyond the Hmong people, but I know that that's kind of like where our big supporting people are, and we want to make sure we cater and tailor things to you guys specifically, but eventually we would love to expand out beyond Hmong people, right? Like we have brought on physicians before who are not Hmong and people who are not Hmong to talk on the show, because I think just like knowledge is power, and right? I would love that to just kind of spread the wealth to our people too, and I love when people are willing to do that, and so we are starting to kind of reach out to people who are not Hmong to come on the show, but do they recognize us? Probably
No,
not. Our following's
yeah.
so small still. Like you think of like the 1 million view on my little guy's video versus the 11,000 people who follow us and may or may not even tune in when we go on live, know? So,
and even like in the Hmong community, right? We have a small following. Like if you look at other content creators, they have tons and tons of, more followers than we do.
Yeah.
And, I think one of the things that I'm really proud of being in the show is just that, a lot of it is organic, and even though we've grown like slowly, it's been people that enjoy our content.
Yeah, and I love that it has been so organic, and that we're not like, I'm not saying that other people do, but also not saying that they don't like buy their followers. Like Kaolee and I have not spent any type of money on advertising, any money on anything else besides just people sharing our content and like, loving and following us and supporting us. And honestly, Kaolee and I, we love meeting new people. And so if you guys ever see us out there and about, like, please, like, don't hesitate to come say hi. And introduce yourself to us. Like we love networking and meeting with you, and just kind of talking too, because I like the last time we were in Fresno and I was just in Vegas, like I met so many people, and that's because, so like if you come say hi to me and talk to me, I will talk to you. Like I met a private investigator in Vegas, and I was just talking to him and trying to get him on the show, and he was just so awesome. He's retiring in 1 year, and he really wants to kind of share what he's learned. I mean, I would have never known that, and I think like for us, we really love networking and talking to people and trying to like get people to come on the show that we know is going to add value to our viewers. And so if you see us, don't hesitate to say hi. I don't think that we will ever just like be like, I don't want to talk to you. That's not who we are.
Yes. Yeah. And we're always looking for people that is willing to come on with us. I think that, I think if you don't share what you know, then, we can't learn together as a community. And so, even if you get into something and you're like, I want to share this with people, definitely DM us. We're always paying attention to what people are doing. We try to, like we just reach out to somebody that we saw, a Hmong American experience, because we thought, wow, like this is really cool what she's doing, and we want to bring her story so that it can, inspire other people as it inspires us, and so we're always looking for, people to be in our show to share their knowledge, even if you don't consider. I think sometimes people feel like I'm not an expert, but that's not the point. It's just like if there's something that you're into, really passionate about, and you want to talk about it, like let's talk about it, and so don't ever, I think sometimes you feel like imposter. Like I say, don't feel like an imposter. We're all learning together.
And also other people, they just learning as they go too. The title is just a title. I mean, all the work that you do within that title is what's gonna, you're an expert in that, right? Like, I think I mentioned this when we were talking to the person Kaolee was talking about, is that, I think like growing up, I wish there was something like this when I was growing up, where I can see, other Hmong people in different fields talking. So then I can reach out and say, hey, sis or bro, like I am interested in doing this. Would you be willing to meet with me for like 15 minutes to kind of guide me or let me ask you some questions? So you know, and I hope that because we are doing this, that there are people who are listening and wanting to reach out to the guests we bring on to learn more about their field if that's something you're interested in. So
there's just so much for us to learn from one another. And you know, don't wait until you have gotten to a certain position or have gotten a certificate or have gotten recognized some way and somehow. You know, I think sharing what you know now at this point, and you can always come back later and share, you know, what you learned in 5 years or in a couple of years. And so, you know, I think that that's powerful, like wherever you are.
Yeah, exactly. So I think that like I don't think for the both of us, not a lot of Hmong people recognize us, but for those that do come and say hi, like just know we really appreciate you saying hi and just saying, hey, you are Olivia and Kelly from All That Talk or whatever. Like, I don't know. Honestly, when I was in Fresno, anyone who said hi to me, that's probably why I got COVID. Seriously. Right? Because we're like, hi, Olivia. And I'm like, hi. And you know, we call it the COVID jam because everyone caught COVID. Every single one in our group did, right? Luckily the symptoms were like just itchy throat everywhere. Yeah, very, very mild. But you know, just don't hesitate to say hi.
Yes. So Katie said you both are the most organic and most genuine ladies ever. You both are an inspiration to me. I totally admire everything you both do.
Thanks, Katie.
Thank you for supporting us and, you know, watching. I think that sometimes it's hard for us to like sometimes know like if we're making an impact or not, you know, so we always appreciate like the notes and just because we're like behind the scenes like working on stuff and then, you know, being on the show and things like that, and so we always hope that we're bringing content that is relevant to you all. And I think we watch the comments and we watch interactions to make sure that we're not just, you know, bringing, you know,
whatever
on, you know, and so definitely feedback. So definitely if you have feedback for us, if you feel like, you know, there's stuff. And actually, Katie just added another comment. I would love you both to host an infertility session with infertility success journey stories, as in the past few years it has come more to light in the Hmong community. Yes, we do plan on doing that.
Yeah, we have talked about that. I mean, there's just so much around that topic. And I think that Hmong women are more open to speaking about that. I think we would need to do a call to action for our Hmong man. I don't know if they feel comfortable coming in to talk about their infertility issues, but I definitely think that as time goes on, I'm hearing more and more from Hmong women about infertility issues and what they're doing to address it, and trying to get themselves, you know, try to get pregnant. But from Hmong, so I'm not sure how that would go, but we definitely have that plan about doing that show coming up. So for sure.
I think there's like a lot of shame in our community, there is. And I feel like you know, like shame to me breeds from like a place of darkness. And I think when we bring things to light, it's normalizing it and recognizing that there's nothing to be shameful about, you know, whether that's like infertility or other issues, right? Like I think we try to like lose face and feel like we can't talk about it, and then that adds more shame, right? Because we're hiding it. And I think that, you know, what we really want to do is talk about it and normalize it and be okay with it, and then, you know, be able to deal with it. Because when you talk about something, other people, you know, come up and they say, oh, I'm going through the same things, or like I wish the other people would talk about this, you know. And so that's part of what we want to continue doing, is bringing to light a lot of issues that, you know, that we keep inside and we don't share.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think like even with Hmong people too, right? Like, you cutting, you know, and so you just can never do anything, right? I think, you know, just by us talking about it, and that really is the purpose of the show, is to talk about our struggles and our experiences, because we know that we are not the only one who's going through that. There are so many other Hmong brothers and sisters that can relate to certain things that we talk about. And so, you know, infertility is definitely one where I really do want to talk about. I feel like there's so much shame that happens and trauma for that person too, to have like experience all of that shame, right? Like they feel like they can't say anything because you know, like nyalo or like ninja, or we're not, you know, there's always the kung mom la mat kung mom la ka generation man go la ping sa, like, you know, they're always like got you mommy your gay in ji vào la jin cho con yo, or la ji yo go, or la mo con do, or la mu yo ne yo, or whatever, you know. And so I feel like because of that, people probably don't really want to say or talk about it, but I think it's important for us too, because
and like feeling less than, right? Because it's
yes,
like, you know, recognizing that like it's not,
absolutely,
you know, like some things are just beyond your control, and you know, like, and you know, whether it's like the man or the woman that can have kids, like both people are going through their own things, right? And so it's like if you don't talk about it and like find a community to like support you, then you can't deal with it. And like the only way you can get through something is like to actually just go through it, right? You can't go over it, you can go around it. To experience anything is you know, surviving it, and it's just really to go through it.
Oh my gosh, and surrogacy and adoption too. Good Lord, those are such awesome topics.
Yes, surrogacy would be awesome. Like
I don't know anybody with that word.
I tried to reach out to somebody about surrogacy. They have left me unread. So if you know somebody that are willing to come on,
we reach out to Nana, like anybody. Please don't leave us on red. At least answer back and say, hey, I'm not interested, or hey, I'm camera shy, no thank you, or what, something, you know. Yes.
And you know, I think one of the things about sharing story, again, like Olivia said, is not really showing off, or it's not really bragging, or it's not really, you know, like I think there's a way to like be able to present things that you're going through, to not offend other people, or to not, you know, come off. I mean, we just like talked to like Sai, who is super uber successful.
Millionaire.
It was just an amazing conversation, right?
I could listen to him talk for freaking ages.
And so it's
so
just
much
like
to learn.
Whether it's like you know, about building wealth, or you know, anything else, like, you know, there's a way that we can present it, and you know, present it matter of fact, and not be able to, you know, and not like offend anyone. And I can feel that with like surrogacy, adoption.
I would love to talk to someone about adoption, because it's so different. Like when I say adoption, I really mean like 咁我 adopt 意圖面話誒，只要 like 嗰度估 or 嗰度啲咗 kids 誒嚟對嚟寫嗰度you know, like take care like 咁樣 not like that. I mean, I feel like it's like it's different. True like a true adoption where you have to go through the adoption process and like adopt a kid.
I think I'm gonna wait for my kids to be a little older, and then I want to adopt a kid,
like a baby one.
I don't know, like I think ideally like under 5, just for, you know, like my own reasons of like wanting somebody that, you know, can grow up with us and be part of our family. You know, just because it's just like right now it's just me, and so it's just like I have to think about my capacity to be able to like provide support to, you know, like if they've gone through trauma and things like that. But I think there's just a lot of kids in our system in the US that needs that home. And not to say that I'm a great mother and, you know, can do all this stuff, but I think just like my capacity, and we're
so would you adopt like another Hmong child, or would you adopt
I think I'd be
someone?
Open to whoever. It wouldn't just be like a Hmong child. I think because my kids are mixed too, you know, so I just feel like, you know, like like it doesn't really matter to me, you know. And I mean, I think right now, since I don't have a spouse, so I don't have to get permission into what, you know, like that their in-laws my in-laws might think something, right? I can do whatever.
Yeah, that's true.
That probably limits who I get married to, because they'd be like,
so you should probably
does she have 2 kids, she would get an adopted kids, so I'm never gonna get married.
But you know, I feel like because we are so privileged here, I don't know. I'm kind of heartbroken about adopting someone in the States or like overseas, right? I don't know. I'm always kind of like in between. But honestly, I think if I ever wanted to adopt, my husband would totally be down, hopefully.
Yeah. And we have other, so Katie says, I totally agree. My husband has been one of the first Hmong men I know so far who has been super open about our infertility journey when we share about our struggles with people, so I lived and breathed it. I am very thankful I have such a supportive and loving spouse.
Katie.
Love it.
Let us know if you want to come on the show and talk to us about that.
Because it is you know, like in a relationship, it is like like when one person struggles with it, both people have their own things that they're dealing with, whether that's like internal or external things that are like affecting them. So I think that's important, but like really important for both people in a relationship to talk about it, and like the things that they go through and the things that they hear. I think that's probably the biggest thing, right? Because in our community, people like who might be more traditional in their thinking will say a lot of things that messes with your head, and then you take that into your relationship, and it causes friction. So
well, and again, like I said before too, right, like sharing our stories, a lot of other people are going through the same thing, and so hopefully it'll inspire or encourage other people to talk about their feelings, talk about their experience, share it with someone, so you don't keep it bottled in.
And if you're doing something cool, let us know. Like, we want to follow your journey. We want to support you too. Anything new that you're doing, anything cool that you're doing, we really want to highlight things. I mean, our community is just doing all sorts of great things that we are all learning with the world, and so I would love to hear some of those.
I don't know if you remember Kissinger. He was so for those of you who follow us, when we were at Fresno New Year, Kel and I went on a live, and this strange gentleman, just long hair, beautiful hair, just came on and was like wanting to talk to us. So we brought him on live, and you guys were kind of engaging with him. I've been following his journey. He followed me on Facebook, so I followed him back, and I'm just so proud of him. He's been sharing some of his experiences with being a comedian and going on the live stage and performing for people. And so I've been following his journey. It's been really cool to watch. So like Kaolee said, if you guys are doing something fun, let us know. We would love to follow you and hopefully bring you on the show to talk about your journey so far.
Yeah, I think that when one person does something new or something great, like I think it inspires other people, even if they don't follow in that same path, right? Like I think it inspires them to continue on whatever path it is that they're doing.
Well, just to show support to you.
Yeah. And so I think it's a great way for us all to just, be open-minded about the things that is interesting to us, and to keep moving forward with whatever goals it is that we have for ourselves.
Agreed.
Tone says, I want to adopt one day. Yes. Yeah, I think I think that I just love that, because I think sometimes in our community it is seen, a little bit different, I think. And so I think the capacity, capacity to love kids.
Because I feel like
why would you do all
or they don't love or they don't love that adopted child as much as like yours. I know that, like, for me, I think, not to say like my mom is a bad person, but I just feel like with the older generation, it's harder for them to love kids that like your actual grandkids. So I don't know.
Agree.
It's just harder.
Agree. And I think that I mean, I don't know. I just think children, I have like a soft spot for children in general. And so
especially
I think
cute ones.
And so I think that, like the innocence of a child, right? Because we are all, even as adults, I see us all as like child, and so I think that, when you have children that don't have that love growing up, they they like take that with them, and become adults and have to operate in this world that is not very nice. And I think that the love, when a child is really little, is really, really important to cultivate, like into an adult that can be loving too. And so I hope that we can
and I think like our I think our Hmong parents, they just love differently. They're not very expressive. And I think like over this past weekend, I had my husband, his first cousin had passed, and I was listening in on his the uncle giving a speech to his kids and talking about like regret not telling his kids how much he loved them, and he gave a speech at the funeral about how he has so much regret, and for people to not lie to themselves about not loving people, and to express and show and tell the people you love that you love them, because he didn't get a chance to say I love you to his son before he had passed, but he loved him so much, and I think that's why we did the love gram. And I think kind of what you're saying, Callie, is like with the little kids, like I think that's why we tell our kids that we love them literally like every freaking 5 minutes,
Yeah.
because we want to make sure that they feel our love and we do
Yeah.
things differently. Our parents worked so hard. I don't know about your parents, Callie, but my mom was always gone when I was a
Yeah.
kid because she was, what they for money and 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 dayberries and all those kind of stuff to make sure that um, you know, we had a house,
Yeah.
a roof over our head, and she didn't really spend time. She didn't really say, I love you either. And I think as we're getting older now and she knows she's not feeling well, she's saying it a little bit more. And I find myself saying it a little bit more to
Yeah.
her. And so I think it's just, um, you know,
Yeah.
the way we
Yeah.
express ourselves.
Yeah, I think even if you have family members that don't say it, like, just say it, like, just
Yeah.
hug them. And, like, if you're not a hugging family, like, just hug them and just say it, because I feel like, yeah, you really don't know when things happen. And,
Yeah.
I think that they need that too, but they are not taught, like, especially our parents, right? They weren't taught, like, because
Yeah.
their parents didn't hug them, hold them, and tell them they
Yeah.
love them, right? So they don't know
Yeah.
how to show that. So
Yeah.
as kids that are raised in the US, where we see our, like, Mika and Lightning friends, like, they have more of that, right? And they do more of that. And so it's just like
It's,
we crave that. So let's
yeah.
give that to our parents because they also crave that. They just don't know
Samoa.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, I think when my uncle was saying that on, with the mic, and there was this, I don't know if the grandma behind me was related to him in some way, shape, or form. I don't know if it's his sister or what, but she was like, 可以录那个海给中国这张位去害死哦, right? And so I think again it's a little bit embarrassing for the older generation to say those types of things. But like I always tell my husband, it's like you have to initiate that expression
Yeah.
first, like you have to like tell your parents you love them and they will like they have to say I love you back. They can't just be like
And like,
like we have to do it first.
right. And even if you do it, like, they have to get used to it too, right?
Yes.
Because, like Olivia said, like, let's someone there, and so it's just like if you change something in your relationship with your parents, your uncles, or your brothers and sisters, like, of course they're gonna be a little bit uncomfortable. But I think with time, like,
Yeah, it
like
just
for
becomes
yeah,
normal.
yeah, like
Mhm.
with my parents, like, they used to never, like, say I love you or hug. And then, one day I just decided, like, F it, like, I'm just gonna do it, right? Because that was for me. It was just like, if something happens, I don't want to feel like, oh crap, like, I should have hugged them or said I
Yeah.
love you, or and so, like, once you do it and then it start, just so that, again, because you just never know, like,
Yeah.
especially with COVID. And now it's just like time, like, you
Especially
don't
now.
know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
especially
Yeah.
now. Yeah. Yeah, because I feel um like my last conversation with my mom, like my mom is actually in the hospital right now because she's not been feeling too good, and she was like super sad that no one went to go see her. But it's because the hospital won't let anyone visit, right? But I think just like knowing that, gosh, she's not feeling good,
Yeah.
and would I regret anything, right? And I think for me, because I have been starting to be a little bit more vulnerable and expressive with her, um, I love our relationship now where she can call me and talk to me about anything, and then tell me that she loves me and stuff. So that's
Yeah.
new for her, honestly. She used to never do that before. And I love that, she calls me and just say, oh, she used to never say that.
Yeah.
She's just always like, go ahead, that.
Aw.
That was her before, literally. She would come like, go ahead,
Yeah. That was
that's
her
her
way of
Yeah,
saying
exactly.
she loves you.
Yes,
But it's
yes,
like
yes.
not now.
It's so different now because that was
Yeah.
her like a couple years ago when she was
Yeah.
still mobile and able to do a lot of different things and very independent. Whereas now her driver's license got taken away because she can't drive. She's on dialysis, and she's always like, "Oh, dear,
Oh, look at her. Now she's being all nice because she can't drive now. Just kidding.
I know. So she's like, things like that. And she'll like call for my kids and stuff. But
Yeah.
I love that now.
Yeah.
I wish she was like this before,
Yeah.
but it's never too late.
Better, yeah.
Yeah.
My the last time when was I in North Carolina?
Thanksgiving.
Yeah. So Thanksgiving I went home for
Like I know.
She knows. I know. I'm like, when did I go? Who knows? But yeah, I was there for Thanksgiving, and then when I was leaving, I gave my dad a hug, and then he like held on like longer, than because I was just gonna give him a quick hug, and so I think that was, I think it was just nice to know that. I think that he needed that too, right? Because again, like I live so far away.
Did your dad? Did they ever live here in Oregon at all whatsoever?
No, why?
Are you sure?
Definitely not. I
don't know. Well, because my father-in-law saw your post about your dad's birthday.
What?
Yeah, and he had asked me if they had ever lived here, because he looked like one of the cousins or someone that he knew that lived here and moved away.
We have,
and I said, I
have a bad memory, but I'm pretty sure we have not lived here. No, but okay. Did I tell you that?
So I said, so we may even really be related if that was the case.
Oh my god, I'm gonna have to ask. Maybe I'll get one like your in-laws picture and show my dad. Because did I tell you that Dictum Dose? Mm-hmm. Like his parents is like, knows my parents. Like they went to school together. Did I tell you that? And I only knew that. Like you remember because we had Dictum Dose on last year.
But they went to school together.
No. Okay, they have come down to North Carolina. We have gone up and like with like to see them and stuff, like my brothers know him, and I'm just like, how did I not? Because we had him on the show last year, right?
Yes,
we had him on the show. I had no idea who. I had no idea that
he was your cousin or something.
Yeah, until I saw the picture of the video of his mom, and I was like, oh. Like
auntie,
and so then I sent it to my brothers, and they're like, "Yeah, that's Calvin. That's like, we call them grandpa." And I was like, "Oh my gosh, like, yes, for real." I was just like, "This is crazy." But the funny thing is, like, I don't remember Calvin at all. I mean, again, my memory is not great, and so, but I don't remember. But I do remember like his parents and just like how familiar they, like they felt for me, and so that's crazy though.
Yeah, honestly, I think we're all related somehow in some way. Like,
that would be crazy.
But that's also another reason why I love like our Hmong people, is that we are so intertwined that we're all related somehow.
They probably maybe they went to school together.
I don't know. My dad was like, your friend that always comes over here, what's her dad's name? He looks like he's someone I used to know that lived here. And I said, I don't know, they've never lived here before, Dad. So anyway.
Yeah. That's too funny.
I know. It's crazy. Maybe he just has that face that looks like everyone, like I do.
Oh, maybe. I mean, but nobody's said that to me before.
I don't know.
My dad's face. But
people always confuse me for someone else. So, maybe your dad just has that face too.
Yeah, maybe. All right. Well, we've been here
an hour and a half, you guys.
Oh my goodness, really?
It's been so awesome just chatting with you all. And you guys listening to us chat about absolutely freaking nothing. So thank you so much for your support. Kelly and I gotta jump off. We gotta go record some videos, brainstorm some ideas, record some love grams, all different types of stuff we're working on. So we will jump off.
Yes. Don't forget to enter the giveaway. We have the giveaway until the 11th.
The 11th.
So,
yep.
We've been seeing a lot of those. Lots of shares, and so that's for
I think they like type with the all.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Way over 100.
Yeah. So keep sharing.
Yes. That's our way of showing appreciation for you guys as we go into our 3rd year, which is completely crazy. I can't believe that it's been.
We're probably gonna do a lot more giveaways, honestly, because again, we're really trying to kind of like fund ourselves to do a lot more projects this year. So we're probably going to be doing a lot more giveaways. So yeah, just to kind of show you guys that we appreciate you for supporting and loving our content and sharing it and things like that. So.
And if we're not favorites on yours, please make us a favorite so that when the notifications, when we post something new, that you are notified and that you know what's going on.
Yeah. And also thank you to everybody who's been helping me select furniture pieces for my room and my home series. I so appreciate it because you guys have made my life so much easier. Like, honestly, I like look through Amazon and like Home Depot and like just freaking anywhere, Overstock, Wayfair, anywhere. And I'm just like, I'm so lost. Like, I love this and love this and love that. And I just can't figure it out. And like, just seeing all of your comments and really helping me like reassure and reconfirm to myself, like, yes, that's the one I want then, since everybody else thinks so too. It's helped me a lot. So thank you so much for that. Anything else? And if you know any single friends, make sure they sign up for the Love Vault.
Yes.
We are continuously getting applications in and we're reviewing them as we go. We've been getting a ton in. So thank you so much. Kelly and I are reviewing all of them right now. And we're, trying to match people up.
Right.
So
and without, without a lot of candidates, we can't have a show. Right.
Yes.
And so our show depends on, you encouraging your people to, to apply and to come on the show and to have faith in us. Again, the Love Vault is us really doing that matchmaking. So we're not just pairing people off. You know, we're reading and we're listening and we're watching the videos to see what personalities would go best together, so that we can pair people with, people that they're actually looking for.
Yeah. And the Lovegram has ended. So thank you to all of you who already submitted your Lovegram. Kelly and I will be reading them. We have like over 40 we got to read and record. So we will be sharing them throughout the month of February. So
probably at some point more than 2 a day. We've been trying to do 2 a days. But,
because you think like 40, that's like 2 a day. That gives us 20 days. And we're already on like the 5th or 4th. So we may have to post like 3 a day sometimes, but nonetheless, we appreciate everybody for
sending. And if it's your Lovegram, like tag the person, or share it. If you know who it's going to, please tag the person so they actually hear it too, and share it and let people know. I think, even if it's not for you, I think by you sharing it, I think it really helps to people who might want to say things to like the people that they love, right? Even if it's friends, like, this wasn't just like a Lovegram in terms of like romantic partners. It was like for anybody in your life. And so, what we want to get out of it is that for people to just express those things, to say those things to the people that you love.
I love the grams that are like going out to their parents or their friends. That's so awesome. Because I think even as friends sometimes, like, we don't say I love you enough, or we don't tell them how we feel enough, because we're just friends, we're hanging out, we're doing fun things,
and we think that they're going to be there tomorrow.
You just never know.
Yep,
exactly. So anyway, I think we've taken up enough of your guys' time. Happy Saturday. Thank you so much for joining Kaolee and I on live. We really appreciate you guys engaging with us and just really showing us love and support. And we hope that if we ever see you in public, say hello to us. We're not strangers. I mean, we are, but we're not at the same time. But we won't be if you introduce yourself.
Exactly.
But, it'd be weird for us to just everybody, right? So if you know the show and you see us, say hi. We are always so awesome. Like, we will.
Oh, and then one more thing. So we are moving to like a weekly show. So every Wednesday at 7 p.m. we're always going to be having a guest. I know that, and gosh, when we first started, it was like Saturdays. Saturdays were our
Saturdays. Bi-weekly.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And then we decided to be crazy last year and we tried it every
Wednesday
week.
And almost Saturday.
Yeah. We did every week where it's like alternating Wednesdays and Saturdays. And then honestly, it was kind of getting in the way of us enjoying our weekends. Life, because like Kaolee and I would travel and we would have to like be like, oh my gosh, we can't go here because we got to come back at 1 o'clock for our show. And so we decided that maybe Wednesdays was a better day for the both of us. And it's COVID is kind of not slowing down, but it's still present, but it's people are not quarantined at home anymore. The restaurants are opening back up and activities are starting to happen again. And so weekends are now kind of booked up by other people too. So we don't get a lot of viewers on weekends anymore. So we switched it to Wednesday nights at 7 p.m., sometimes 6, depending on where our guest lives in the United States and what time zone they're in. But we hope that you guys can tune in every Wednesday.
Yeah. And we have such great, like the decision to move to weekly is just because there's so many people that we want to bring to light and shine light on. And, we're booked through like, April at this point. And so it's just like there's so much information and so many things that we want to share with you guys.
Knowledge is power. Yep.
Exactly. So we're really excited to get to like this regular schedule so that you guys can know like that we're always going to be on Wednesdays, and that's when you can come and like eat dinner while you watch the show, or bring a drink and hang out with us and interact with our guests. And so hopefully but we do have a show on this Wednesday, and so we'll be sharing that post on Monday. So please come back and see us on Wednesday at 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time.
Yep. And honestly, let us know too if you guys like us coming on just to kind of chit chat about whatever and not be so formal about whatever topic. We can do that more often too. I know we don't have a lot of viewers right now, but if this is something that you guys are interested in, or if you just kind of want to know our thoughts on different things, honestly, I've thought about doing a review on Neandro things, stories that she tells, because sometimes I'd be listening to it and I'm like, I want to give my opinion.
Totally.
Like my husband, when we're done with the show, so I'm not going to go into that. We're done talking. I was like, I want to do a review on this thing because it's freaking ridiculous. He cheated on his wife, and he was, we talked about all that sex stuff that we were talking about, and he was like trying all these different things when you're kunzi, but anyway, that would be fun, right? But
yes, you should totally.
A
react to
because we got anything about because she's such a soothing voice, and I don't know, I'm just like, sometimes some of these stories I'm like, I want to do a review and I want to give my opinion on what I think about this. But
you should definitely do that. All right,
that's a whole nother series with Olivia.
Yes,
so
you should All right. Well, we will see you guys again on Wednesday. Be on the lookout. We are going to try to create some more viral videos. And so definitely watch out for those. And look up for our upcoming project where we are going to...
Bob better do a bomb-ass job putting auto-tune shit on our voices, because...
I'm going to hum.
He said to just... hi to whole mic without anything, and I was like, we
need some voice filters is what we need.
I know, but he's gonna put a filter on after we record and send him the file. So we're gonna have to listen to ourselves dry. So we can talk for hours, you guys. Like, we've already been on for 1 hour and 40, and but there was really no intent to our conversation besides just kind of chatting with you guys. So anyway, final goodbye
before we open up into a whole new can of worms. All right, we will see you guys on Wednesday. Have a good weekend.